afternoon. It is a couple minutes to 4, and I'm just making sure everything is up and running because I don't know about you, but the week I've had, I need to check in a little early and make sure we're up and running, and it looks like we are. So we'll give you guys just a couple minutes, give everybody a couple minutes to check in, and we'll get this. Let's see, we'll get the, not check in, you guys don't have to check in, you know what I mean. Let me get this all centered. There we go. I have a glass mat, but it's not the Stampin' Up glass mat. But I've heard very good things, so, you know, hopefully it is something that will be released. I know it was given out during celebration as part of a sign up. Hi Shannon, how are you? Welcome. So how's it down in Southern California? Is it hot or you can't hear me very well? Is it echoing? Let's see. All right, I turned off my volume on my computer to see if that helps. Did that help at all? I was talking a little quiet, I was sort of mumbling just now. But it is 4 o'clock on the dot, and oh, there we go. Hey, Becky, how are you? Welcome, welcome. My voice isn't very loud. I wonder if it's the volume on my phone. Let's see. Let me move the camera a little bit closer to me. We'll move this down a little bit better. Okay, perfect. Yeah, my area's a little, well, where you guys can see is in really good shape, but the rest of my desk, it looks like a tornado hit it. It's been one of those weeks. Last night I had a class and I got there and I tried to be prepared, and of course forgot the blocks, forgot one of the ink colors, but we were able to improvise, and I forgot something else. Oh, one of the stamp sets. And so it's been like one of those weeks I'm thinking, oh, let's see how this live goes. If all else fails, we at least get a couple cards out. We're going to do the torn paper. These are the 2 cards we did last night, or we're going to do similar to what we did last night, torn paper. I love this technique. It's really pretty. It's very simple. And so we'll get going. I did actually, I'm going to ask do you guys get a blip, or because every once in a while my little screen goes green and then it goes back to the regular screen. So let me know if you're having any problems seeing anything. It would be Murphy probably today. Murphy's been around this week. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started with this ripped torn, only because that is the card that's closest to me, the card basket that's closest to me. Let me show you a couple of examples that we've done. This one, same style. Actually, all of them are the same style, just different colors that I've done. This is Boho Blue, Crumb Cake, Mossy Meadow, and all of these papers are the Wildly Flowering papers from the new catalog. And then this one is using our in colors and Pretty Peacock, and using the Unbounded Love DSP, which we're going to use today. And so let's go ahead and pull everything out. And oh, thank you. Yeah, the crumb cake, actually, I was really surprised at how much I like the crumb cake, because it's so neutral. But I really liked it. So, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to create this torn paper torn paper technique card using our Pretty Peacock. And what our card, instead of opening it like a book, we're going to be opening it like a notepad. And it is 11 by 4 1/4. And then we score in the middle at 5 1/2 and fold it over. And just go ahead and burnish that with our bone folder. And then I'm going to set that aside. And actually what we're going to do real quick is we're going to do the inside. So let me get my glue, excuse my reach. I'm taking a piece of the DSP that we're going to be using, and I'm just going to put little glue right along the edge, and we're going to put this DSP right here, right along the edge. And I always tend to, when I'm doing this, I tend to line up or make my DSP a little bit longer than the paper so that I can cut it off. I mean, it's 5 1/4 this way, and the DSP is I think 6 inches, so it will then we won't be wasting too much, and it's a 1/2 inch wide, so we'll get rid of that, and we'll get it this way. And putting a little DSP inside your card is one of the best ways to zhuzh it up, as I like to say, just to give it a little more pop, so it's not a plain old inside of the card. And so that will be our interior. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside now. And for our torn paper technique, we need a piece of DSP that is 4 by 5 1/4, because it's going to sit right on here, and it's going to be, we're going to have the frame or the edge of the 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And for the main card base. And then what we need also is, coordinating with the card base, we need a piece of cardstock that is 4 inches by 3 inches. And so it will match. Actually, I sometimes, like I said, I like to cut some of my papers a little long if I'm going to have to measure them up. So I think I went with this one at like 4 1/4. Let's see. Yep, 4 1/4 by 3 inches. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just rip this, and here's our torn paper. And I don't do quick rips, I do little ones so I can sort of guide for the edging. And then what I do is, this is how it would match up. So if you wanted to match up, you could do it this way, but you don't get this torn paper look here. You get the edge, but you don't get the this type of look from the inside, where you see the inside of the paper. So I turn it over, and we'll match it up, and we're just going to glue these on. And let's see, just a little bit of glue. If you want more of the DSP to show through in the center, you can always, you know what I need? I need my silicone mat so I don't get this. There we go. That way the glue, if there's any extra glue on the edge, it doesn't cause my paper to get sticky. But if you want more of the DSP to show in the center, you can always move the edges down a little bit so you have the torn paper top and bottom. But if you wanted more, you could take both of them and move it up, and then just cut off the extra on the top and on the side. But I'm going to go ahead and do this so that I have a little bit, I have symmetry. I'm a very symmetrical person, so for me, these have got to be very similar in width. If I did a narrow one on top and a wide one down here, that would drive me absolutely batty. That's just who I am. Some people can go with it a little more rogue, or whatever you want to do. This DSP is the Unbounded Beauty DSP. Let me find the catalog, and I can show you while this is drying the page that it's on. Let me grab my catalog. And Unbounded Beauty is it's part of our suites, and I believe, actually it might be one of the mega suites. So let's go here. It is one of our mega suites. It's on page 55, and it is this DSP right here, which is the Unbounded Beauty 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And this is, yep, it's this one that I'm using here. So, and the funny thing is, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am not a big bright kind of person in terms of colors. I don't like really in-your-face bright colors. But every single one of these, you're welcome, Shannon. Every single one of these in colors, I absolutely love. And the Unbounded Beauty has most, if not all of, I think, the in colors in it. I don't know if it's got, yeah, it does have Shamrock Green in it. I think that's, no, that's Summer Splash there. This is Shamrock Green here. So our Unbounded Beauty has all 5 in colors plus other colors. It's got the Shamrock Green, it's got Pretty in Pink, it's got Peach Pie, and it's got Petunia Pop, which is one of the edges here on one of these papers. I don't have, where's my, I don't have, oh wait a minute, here we go. You can see this is similar. It's got Peach Pie, it's got our Shamrock Green, it's got Pretty in Pink, it's got Petunia Pop. It's got all the colors, all the in colors. Oh, your favorite color is the peach. I have to admit, that's not my favorite. My favorite is actually the Summer Splash, and the Petunia Pop would be my next favorite. Okay, so now we're going to trim the edges off. And I have Patty, my upline / mentor / friend, told me about these titanium non-stack. Hi, Becky. Oh yeah, I love the paper. It is versatile. She told me about these titanium non-stick scissors because that way, if you're cutting it with something you've been gluing, or there's adhesive like there is on this when the glue goes over the edge, it doesn't ruin your snips because this is non-stick. And it looks like I went down a little bit, so we're going to trim just the edge off. Yep, there we go. And there is our torn paper. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use Pretty in Pink to create our sentiment that I'm going to put here. And the sentiment I picked is congratulations from the, what's the name? Something Fancy. The Something Fancy stamp set, and then I used the die from Something Fancy Dies right here. So let me go ahead and stamp. We're going to use Pretty Peacock so it coordinates with our cardstock. And this is going to become a congratulations card. I'm going to stamp. Hi, Wendy. Yay, I'm glad you got here to be able to see it live. So we're going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to move this so I don't get anything on there. Hopefully this is nice and straight. And let's go down. There we go. Oh, perfect. Nice and clean. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put this on here. I'm going to glue this on. You have to make a graduation card. Do you have the cap and gown stamp set, Shannon? It is awesome for graduation cards. If not, let me suggest looking on Pinterest. They've got some great ones where you cut shapes. You don't necessarily need a stamp set for making those graduation cards. So there's our congratulations, and we're going to use, I didn't pull any embellishments out. I'll find one. So now what we're going to do before I add the embellishments is we're going to center this 4 by 5 1/4 mat of the torn paper and the DSP on the center of the card base. And we'll glue this on. And I think it's going to look perfect. Let's see if I can center this without standing up. I tend to stand up a little bit more when I work, when I'm gluing things on. There we go. So we got that. And I think, oh, these might actually be really pretty. Tell me what you guys think. I'm thinking maybe these pearls, the adhesive, flat adhesive pearls on here. Let's see if you guys can see. You see those? Maybe a couple of different. I like to add a little embellishment up here to the top. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I cased this from someone, and I can't remember the name of the person I cased it from. I will include that in my post for the when I post this on Facebook and on my YouTube channel. Or we can go with one of my newest favorite embellishments, the adhesive backed sparkle gems. You've got these as well, which are really pretty. So what do you guys think? Do you think we should go with the pearls? Or do you think we should go with the glittery sparkle gems? Because I have others, but I don't think they would show up as well on here. Nope, that's Flirty Flamingo. I don't want to use those. So the pearls, Shannon, sparkle gems. Oh, I've got two. I got to vote for each one. Oh my goodness. Are we? Oh, okay. And Becky says pearls. Okay, well, let's go with pearls, and maybe I'll make another one with gems another time. Let's do our pearls. Excuse my reach. And let's go with the smaller ones. We'll do that right there. And that right there. And there we have. It was so simple, wasn't it? It looks like it could be difficult. It sounds difficult when you say torn paper technique, but it is such a very simple technique to make. So here's the card. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to zhuzh up the inside of my card. Let's put our white on the inside of our card. And we'll put a little bit of glue. There we go. And there we go. There is our torn paper. You can see the torn, and this is one of the things I love about the Stampin' Up! Paper is it is colored all the way through. There's no white cores, so that you get the color all the way through, even in the torn area. It's so soft. It actually is really sort of soft. It's sort of funny. Anyway, so this is, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I love this paper. I just can't get over it. All right, now on to the next one, which is one of my favorite ways to do the stamp or the torn paper technique. And it was one of the very first times I used my blending brushes was to make a torn paper card or torn paper technique card. And it looks similar to this, except for the stamp set that I used is now retired. So we're going to go ahead and make one like this. And we actually made this one and this one in my class last night. Is there a technique using water Q-tip for frayed look? There might be, Becky, and I don't know about that one. I might research that one because that sounds like it would be a really interesting technique. Would you? I would guess you would use it on watercolor paper as well. I don't know. I've never seen that. I'm going to have to look. The blue and oh my gosh, this one's good. And my customer or friend who was there last night, I only had one person attend, but she did this and oh my gosh, hers looked like it could be an underwater scene. Actually, I posted it today on my Stampin' with Jen Facebook page. Because she pushed really hard on the brush, so it gave more ink, and it was the deepest blues, but it looked like an ocean. It was so gorgeous. I was like, oh, I need to try that and see if I can find some fish stamps. And I know we've got some ocean themed stamps, so that would be pretty. So here's what we're going to go ahead and make this. And what we do is we take our thick white cardstock, and it's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And we'll fold it over and burnish it. Where's my bone folder? There it is. Burnish it like this. Oh, thank you. It was I'm going to look for that technique. You know what? So I don't forget, let me write that down. All I've got, but I'm going to write it down here on my paper. Q-tip, torn paper, and maybe I'll do some research on that tonight, so, or this weekend. So we're going to do this, and here's where I use non-Stampin' Up! Paper because I don't want to waste my Stampin' Up! Paper on just to create this when it's going to be thrown away after I use it. So I have a whole bunch of 12 by 12 non-Stampin' Up! White paper that is heavier than copier paper, but not as heavy as our thick cardstock or our white cardstock. It might be it's a little bit lighter than our white cardstock by the feel of it. But I use that for this. So I cut into a 6x6 piece of paper. 6x6. Let's try this one again. And then I'm going to rip it, and I'm going to go not too fast. I'm going to go a little slow so I can sort of create a shape out of it, add some curves there. And then I found this paper a long time ago. Patty had recommended this paper for some projects, and I bought it on Amazon, and it was a pack of 2, and I loved it. It's Post-it labeling and cover-up tape, and it's paper tape, but it's low tack, and it comes up, it doesn't stick. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put I'm going to line my bottom of my card here on the bottom ruler piece on the paper, and I'm going to cover, probably starting on the right side, I'm going to cover maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch from it, and then we're going to tape it right at the very top, not so we don't want to cover the card, because if you put tape over the card when you do the blending, it's going to it's going to mask it off, and then you're not going to get you're not going to get the ink there. And then we'll come down here at the very bottom and tape it there. And then on the left side, I'm going to do the same thing, because you want to have probably a 2 to 3 inch wide space. So I'm going to go right about there. I'll put a couple more pieces of my fun Post-it tape. Oops. And this, like I said, it's paper, so it rips really easy. We're going to put some right up here and some right down here. But like I said, don't cover the card, because otherwise you'll have a white spot on your card. And I did the blues and the pinks yesterday, and I have decided to go with purples today. And I was looking and going, what colors do I want to do? And then I saw them, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and Petunia Pop, and I thought this could be really, really pretty. So I'm going to try these, and I always go with the somewhat lighter. I do lighter, dark, light when I do it, or you can go the lightest, medium, and the darkest, so you have a true ombre effect. But I'm going to go Highland Heather first, then Gorgeous Grape, and then Petunia Pop. And so we're going to open it up, and I really like the small blending brushes. Oh, yeah, thank you, Becky. I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. I've never done one in this color combo. And so I'm going to use, and I don't have one for each color, but I have one for color groups. So this is my purples blending brush, and oops, something's on it. Get rid of that. And now I'm going to load up some Highland Heather, and you're going to tap it off a little bit, because you don't want blotches of dark ink on it. And then I'm going to start on the throwaway paper and slowly start blending over, and just slowly blend the color. You can always go from right to left so that you don't turn up the edge of the paper here. It's better to go over right to left. And this one you can go left to right if you want. And then I'm going to go down about 1/3 of the way. And then we're going to go with Gorgeous Grape. Let's see, I'm looking at it. Let's get a little more ink in some of these places. There we go. And we'll open this up and get our Gorgeous Grape. Oh, that's really dark. So let's go. And then you're going to overlap a little bit. Not sure I'm happy with the way this one's turning out, but there's too much dark here. But we'll see. It might look really nice and give a great shading when I use the Memento black ink for my my stamp. And then we're going to go Petunia Pop. But what I'm going to do, because Petunia Pop's a little bit lighter than the Gorgeous Grape, is I'm going to try and get as much of that Gorgeous Grape off of there. And keep going around so that I don't get any of the darker color ink on my Petunia Pop. Now it's looking light, so let's go ahead and try the Petunia Pop now. And we'll load this one up. Oop, there we go. And let's blend. Ooh, I'm liking this. I really like this color combination. And you're going to overlap a little bit. Get some of that Petunia Pop up with the Gorgeous Grape. Ooh, this is looking really pretty. I might actually come up and go over the Highland Heather a little bit more. So let's go ahead and try that again. Let's get some of this Petunia Pop off. And then we're going to try a little more Highland Heather. See if we can add a little more depth to it. All right, there we go. Oh, that's much better. All right, and you can see it started lifting, and we're going to reveal. And here comes the magic. And there is our torn paper. It almost looks watercolor, doesn't it, Becky? It does look very watercolor, but there's our torn paper technique, and that gives us the basis for our stamp. I'm going to put that away so I don't put my ink away, or at least off to the side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use my new favorite stamp set, Spotlight of Nature. Great, now I have to buy the brushes. You know what, Becky? If you get them, they come in a 3-pack, and just start with 3 of them and keep them and try them with your favorite colors. And then if you really like them, you can shoot for more. Some people have the ability to have one for every color. Like I said, I do one per color group. So like I have purples, I have purple pinks, or I have blues. I actually have, I think, one for dark blue and one for light blue, just in case. I have one for yellows and oranges. So, you know, it's one of those things. You do whatever is easiest for you. But I was intimidated by them at first, but once I started playing with them, oh my gosh, I love playing with them. But we're going to use Spotlight of Nature. It's one of my new favorite stamp sets. And we're going to take the large flower, the tulips, and that's probably why it's my favorite stamp set, is because tulips are my absolute favorite flower. And we're going to ink it up with Memento ink, Memento Black, the Tuxedo Black. And because it's a large stamp, I like to put the ink down on it this way rather than putting the ink or the stamp onto the ink pad. It helps me to cover it and make sure I'm getting full coverage on the stamp. So, right, we're going to go ahead and sort of center this right about there. Ooh, I twisted a little bit. Hopefully it's not going to be all blurry. Nope, perfect, yay! So we've got that, and then I love, you know, I have thank you on the other one. I think I'm going to just put Dear Friend, so I need a bigger block. We'll go with this one. We're going to do Dear Friend in black as well. I love the color, the black against these colors like this, because it just pops. So we're going to do here, Dear Friend. And then we're going to add some great embellishments. And like I said, my favorite embellishments are these adhesive backed sparkle gems, and I just love them. We're going to do a couple black ones. If I can find my take a pick tool, there it is. I'm going to do a couple black ones. We'll do a small one. We'll just go right here. Right there. And I think I'm going to do a bigger one down here. So there's my You could add more gems if you want. But I think I'm going to stick with just those 3 right now. But that is our second card for our torn paper technique. And I'm really loving this. I bet it would look gorgeous in, you know, I never know too, but I learned a tip from someone that you use about 3. If you want it, you always go odd numbers, usually. That's the general rule, odd numbers. And somebody suggested making sure that it's in more of a triangular shape. Now, it doesn't have to be a perfect triangle. It's like this one, I've got one down here and up here and then right here. And then on this one, I have 2 over here and everything. So it's, I think that would have been, if I had looked at it, it would have been an obtuse triangle because it's more than 100 more than 90 degrees. But I can't remember all that math. So, but that's how I figure, and that's how I do the gems. Now, if I do extras, I might put them down here. I might, if I only do 2, sometimes it's to offset a sentiment, just to sort of put one on either side if there's a lot going on the rest of the card. Sometimes I'll put them here and here. So that's how I do it. I'm looking for it, I think, tonight after I get a few things done, and then maybe this weekend actually, because my husband's coming home from helping my mother-in-law out, and he's gonna be home for only a few hours, and then he goes to work tomorrow, and he's gone for 3 days, maybe 4 days. So maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll play around. But I'm thinking Daffodilite, Lemon Lolly, and Crushed Curry, or even Peach Pie with that might be a really good color combination. You know, let's see. Something like this might be a really pretty combination. Or even, let's see, I haven't opened this one up yet, but Coastal Cabana and Pool Party and Balmy Blue might be another really good combination. Gosh, there are so many combinations that we could go with our colors here. I'm going to have to play this weekend because I'm really liking this. So anyway, that's down my, cool to do rainbows of the colors. That would be really pretty too. So it's one of those things. Yeah, there's so many color combinations. I can't even begin to, it boggles my mind. It blows my mind to think of the number of color combinations we could do with this. But anyway, so there is our other torn paper technique. So let me go ahead and I'll bring out the 2 cards I made today. And it's the torn paper with blending brushes or torn paper with DSP. Which is your favorite? Is it the blending brush torn paper technique or the, DSP torn paper technique? Which one is your favorite? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. And I look forward to seeing what the blending brush one. Yep, this one's my favorite too. I just love, because I love the watercolor effect it gives as well. Yep. Oh, well, there's a consensus. Everybody so far tonight has been saying the blending brush technique. It's your favorite. It is my favorite too. So, woohoo! Here's one for the blending brushes. So anyway, thank you so much. Just to let you know, I will be here next week. Just to give you a heads up, I learned something new on Facebook today. Learned something new that, and I'm hoping if you have friends who are interested and would love to follow me, I would love it if you could recommend me, share my Facebook page with friends who are interested in card making and such and other crafts. Because I found out that these Fun Friday Lives may come to an end in June because Facebook now is switching their policy up that to do a Facebook Live from your group or your business page, you have to have a minimum of 100 followers, and I think you have to have the group or the page for at least 60 days. 60 days, not a problem. I've had my Facebook group or page, business page, for a little over a year now, but I only am at 73 followers. And so until I can get 20, if I can get 27 followers. Thank you, Becky. I appreciate it. I saw that you started following me. I appreciate that so much. If I can get 27 more volunteers. Holy moly. Yeah, I need to go home. I am home. Oh, it's a Friday. It's Murphy's Law this week. Anyway, what I was trying to say is if I can get 23 more followers between now and June 10th, then I will be able to continue on with my Facebook lives. I saw that, Wendy. Thank you so much. But if I don't, then I will be finding a work way around. I think I might have one on YouTube if I can do it that way. So I may have to switch to YouTube lives, but I don't know. And I will know more as we get closer. So that's a big thing. Also, just to let you guys know, thanks, Shannon. I saw that you're a follower too. I really appreciate that. I have been doing that, Becky. So, and I know that you can only invite people, I think once every, I want to say 6 months or something like that. So I've invited some and I've got some of them. Problem is that right now, because I'm under a certain number, I can't see who is actually following me. And I don't want to invite people to follow if I've invited them before and they haven't followed me yet for a reason. I don't want to become a pest, so to speak. So anyway, we're going to figure this out and everything. But also to give you guys a quick heads up, I am going to be delving into the world of online classes. And by saying this today, I'm committing myself to it. I will be doing one in the fall. I'm giving myself plenty of time to plan out and to strategize and get myself going, but keep your eyes open. And I will be doing an online card class I'm looking at the beginning of October. So we'll be doing probably Christmas cards with the stamp set or a bundle from the September to December mini catalog. And I have to say, give a thanks and a shout out of thanks to my friend Tammy Savello, who is the one that has given me ideas, and she is going to be mentoring me. As a matter of fact, I have to reach out to her over the next few days or next week with a couple questions, but that's what I'm hoping to do. So I'm looking forward to these new experiences and new fun activities and in this new journey that I'm taking in this stamping world. But anyway, no more talking your ears off. I just want to say thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful 3-day weekend. Stay safe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.